While Diep and James's lives are gradually returning to peace, an unexpected incident occurs. Diep's ex-husband suddenly appears, carrying a secret that both Diep and James cannot believe their ears. This truth not only turns everything upside down, but also forces Diep to face the past that she always wanted to forget. How will Diep react to this shocking confession? Let's follow the story now. That morning, Diep sat next to a plastic tub full of soap bubbles, her hands quickly kneading each piece of clothing. The sound of trickling water mixed with the gentle wind created a peaceful scene in the yard. Sweat beaded on her forehead, but Diep's face still radiated gentleness. After washing, she carried the tub of clothes out to the yard, gently wrung each shirt, then hung it on the drying pole. The sun after the rain shone down. The remaining water droplets on the clothes sparkled like crystal. At that moment, the sound of a man's footsteps came. She turned her head and saw a man dressed in black entering the gate. A familiar face appeared. Diep was stunned. Her hands holding the wet shirt stopped in midair. It turned out to be her ex-husband. He walked over, stopped at the gate for a moment, then called out softly, "Diep, can I come in and talk to you for a moment?" Diep did not answer immediately, her eyes slightly hesitant. A moment later, she nodded slightly, hung up the shirt she was still holding, and wiped her hands on the hem of her shirt. He quietly walked in. They both talked. Diep poured him a glass of water, then sat down on the chair opposite. No one said anything for a few seconds, only the sound of the wind blowing gently from the yard. Finally, the ex-husband spoke in a low voice. "The past between us wasn't a happy one, but I didn't come here today because of the past. I came to tell you something about yourself." Diep frowned slightly, surprised. "The matter has something to do with you?" He nodded, took a deep breath, and spoke slowly. "Diep, you are not an orphan like you think. Your biological parents are still alive. Years ago, because your family was so poor, they were forced to send you to an uncle to raise. Then many things happened and you grew up without knowing this truth." The handkerchief in Diep's hand fell to the ground. She sat motionless, her eyes wide with surprise. What are you saying? It can't be. If they were still alive, why didn't they look for me these past 20 years? Why did they let me grow up feeling sorry for myself, surrounded by the scorn of others? If they truly loved me, how could they do that? Diep's voice choked up, trembling and angry. The ex-husband sitting opposite took a deep breath. His voice lowered. "You have the right to be angry. But this is the truth. I didn't come here to joke with you. Your parents are still alive. I heard it from my old neighbor. They said they have been secretly following news about you all these years. They just didn't dare to come near you." Diep laughed bitterly, wiping away her tears, but her smile was full of bitterness. "Don't dare to come near? Do they think about me? I had to endure everything. Endure the sarcasm, live with the label of an abandoned child. They let me grow up in such shame just because, don't dare." The ex-husband stood up, his eyes no longer as gentle as when he first arrived. "I'm not telling you to forgive them. I'm just telling you the truth. Believe it or not, it's up to you, but you can't deny that they are your biological parents." Diep clenched his hands, each finger trembling. "Do you know what I've been through? Do you know how many nights I cried alone? Telling me this is like rubbing salt into an old wound." The ex-husband frowned, his voice became harsher. "How long do you want to continue living in hatred? You can hate them, you can blame them, but you should at least meet them once. To hear them speak. Don't you get tired of holding on to that pain? Shut up, Diep shouted, tears welling up again. I don't need anyone's pity. I don't need them coming back to mess up my life now. The air was so thick and silent that only the heavy breathing of the two could be heard. The ex-husband sighed, turned around and walked towards the door. Before leaving, he paused, his voice dropping. I've said everything I need to say. If you want to know the truth, I'll take you back to your hometown. But don't wait until it's too late to regret it. Then her ex-husband left. Diep sat down on the chair, covered her face and cried. Tears fell down and soaked her shirt. The door had barely closed when the sound of a car stopping outside the gate rang out. James walked in, still holding a bag of groceries from the market. He was about to call out to Diep when he suddenly stopped when he saw her sitting on the chair, her shoulders shaking. Diep, what's wrong? James's voice dropped. He quickly put down his bag and walked quickly to her side. Diep startled and looked up, her eyes red, tears still rolling down. You're back? James sat down, took her shoulders, felt her body shaking. What happened? Who made you cry? Diep was silent for a long time, as if she was struggling with herself. Finally, she pursed her lips and said through sobs, He came here, my ex-husband. He said my parents were still alive. James paused, his brows furrowed. He looked around, as if to confirm that the other person had really left. What do you mean, they're still alive? You told me to go see them, but I can't believe it. Diep burst into tears, clutching her face. If they were really alive, why didn't they look for me all these years? Why did they let me live like an abandoned child? James clenched his hands, his face gradually darkening. He pulled Diep into his arms, patting her back as if to soothe her. Okay, go ahead and cry. I'm here, no matter what the truth is. I won't let anyone hurt you anymore. Diep leaned her head on James's shoulder. Her sobs mixed with the sound of the wind outside. James's eyes showed worry and anger, not only because of Diep's pain, but also because the man who had just appeared had reopened the wound she had buried for so many years.